Jeff Slauson here from 19 News Now at the 19 News Digital Desk. Over the next couple of days and weeks, you're going to see fairly tough conditions on the roads. What you're seeing right now, not nearly as bad as it could be. However, you need to take into account, if you see a first responder that is parked on the side of the road, you need to get out of their way and you need to stay out of their way. On Christmas Day, there was a very, very difficult situation with Willoughby police where an officer was stopped on the side of the road with someone who was waiting for a tow truck to show up, and their car got sideswiped and they almost got hit. They had to jump on the railing. We're going to show you the video right now. As you can see, the officer standing next to the car that is out of operation on the side of the road. You can see that his car is pitched a little bit diagonally.
Hang tight.
And there it is.
16 radio, McLaren has got smashed. We need our unit.
Now that moment could have gone a lot worse. We're going to play this for you one more time here. But this is why officers urge people to slow down, to stay safe during a time like this.
Hang tight. 16 radio, McLaren has got smashed. We need our unit.
Now this situation was very fortunate. No one was hurt remarkably in this. The driver was not hurt. The driver of the Kia on the left-hand side was not hurt. The officer was not hurt as well. However, for Willoughby, this is a very, very tough thing to see because it shows the danger that exists with officers when they're pulling someone to the side of the road. About 40% of those move-over accidents are involving law enforcement. It's a massive problem. It's something they're hoping to stop. We spoke with Willoughby Police earlier today about this, about the incident, and how they're going to use this in the future to show that the officer essentially did exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Start off here. This video that was sent out earlier today is terrifying. Obviously very fortunate that it ended the way it did, but if you can kind of speak on that video and also, unfortunately, why it is so common that we see things like this at this time of year.
Okay, so on Christmas morning, about 11:15 in the morning, one of our officers responded to State Route 2 eastbound, just east of Lost Nation Road for a one-car accident. The driver had hit the median wall and stayed in the left lane, causing an even bigger hazard for vehicles that are passing. He showed up on scene, checked for any injuries. She was not injured, so a tow truck had to be ordered for that car. As he was waiting, again, you could see him turning towards oncoming traffic because, again, the road conditions were icy. It's a heavily traveled road, so he wanted to make sure that he was okay. Now, the way he positioned his cruiser is very important because he pulled up at an angle, which pretty much blocks the vehicle and himself should anybody lose control. After a few minutes of being there, again, you can see he has he's facing oncoming traffic, and he sees vehicles coming at him pretty much at a normal speed, but again, not a safe speed because of the road conditions. Coming at him, one catches his attention, which was a maroon Toyota Tundra. Again, you can see his motions where he realizes it's already spinning out of control before it even impacts his cruiser. So he has to get out of the way and jump on the median wall and sit there when the truck then impacts the right rear corner of our cruiser.
How badly could this have gone?
It could have been very bad. I mean, if the officer didn't have his back or didn't face oncoming traffic, and while he's still talking to this lady and telling her to remain in the vehicle, he very well could have been hit. The operator of the pickup truck could have been injured as well, and any vehicles that are passing that accident could have been struck as well. So it could have been really bad.
When you consider this time of year, it's slick. I mean, we understand people are needing to go slower and things like that. However, pulling over and moving to the other side of the road may not always be an option for some if the other side of the road is seen as snowy or snow covered or dangerous. What are the suggestions from Willoughby on how to handle a situation like that?
Well, again, unfortunately, if you are in an accident, whether it's a single car or a two-car accident, remain in the vehicle. If you have a cell phone, call 911. Our dispatcher is going to tell you, do not leave that car. Stay in the car. Don't even try moving the car, because that might create a bigger hazard for oncoming traffic, because they're traveling at a normal rate of speed while you're just crawling at several miles per hour, which then they have to then slam on the brakes to avoid striking you. So to everybody out there, unfortunate, if you're involved in an accident, keep your car where it's at, wait for an officer to show up.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, your officer responded to a T to what you said that they should be doing, to what they did here, which ultimately did lead to no injuries, which you watch the video, I've seen it probably 100 times now. It's wild that there were no injuries when you consider just how many people and how many things could have been involved and gone wrong.
Just very fortunate. The officer could have been hurt, the female that was in the car could have been hurt, and the driver of that pickup truck could have been hurt. It could have been very bad.
Let's talk about the next couple of weeks and months then. We're going to be experiencing conditions that will be less than ideal. This is a problem that exists all year round, where officers are in the spot that can be hit when they're just simply with the car on the side of the road here. Tips and tricks, things that people should be looking out for, things that people should be doing when they see an emergency vehicle pulled to the side of the road, things like that.
Well, as soon as you see an emergency vehicle off the side of the road, slow down immediately. Don't wait till you're close to it to slow down. Slow down immediately. Your actions will then, anybody behind you, tell them they need to slow down as well. So again, move over, just pay attention to your surroundings. But again, we're going to be getting more adverse weather. We're going to be getting more snow, icy conditions. Just because the speed limit says it's 60 miles per hour, don't do 60 miles per hour. Slow it down. Take your time and just be very observant to what's around you.
Do you expect, unfortunately, things like this to increase over the next couple of months?
Well, if the conditions continue, yes. I mean, we're going to have more accidents. It's not uncommon to have a secondary accident because people are watching. They'll take their attention off what's in front of them just to look over their left or to their right to see that accident, to see that police car. And there could be a car up ahead that's slowed down and stopped. And next thing you know, it's another accident. So been doing this a long time, and we've seen many of accidents like that.
Lieutenant, my last question for you does pertain to the safety of your officers here. This situation did end more positively. However, is this going to be used? Is this now something that you can show the other officers to show them not only how bad things can go, but the proper ways to handle it and the proper things to do when a car is pulled to the side of the road?
Yes, all our officers have already seen this video. We've shared this video with other officers from different departments. And again, the placement of when he showed up at the first crash scene and the way he positioned his cruiser very well could have saved his life and the other vehicle's life, because again, a cruiser can be replaced, but not the life of an officer or an individual involved in an accident.
Anything else you want to add here? Anything we didn't touch on that we should have?
Just again, just for the motorists out there, please be careful. If it looks like it's okay, but it's wet, the freezing temperatures, again, just be very careful, slow it down, take your time.
We want to show you again here this video that shows this crash and just how dangerous this could have been and how dangerous this was. A reminder to be vigilant, to be careful, and to give first responders safe if they're on the side of the road.
Alarm, somebody called, getting that alarm. They were invited.
Hang tight. 16 radio, my car just got smashed. We need our unit. No injuries with me. I'll check on another driver. Slow down.
So we will be talking about this tonight on 19 News at 10 and 11. A very big story, obviously, including many more stories as well. In addition to that, we will have your weather stream coming up in about a half hour at 9:15. So we hope to see you there. For now, I'm Jeff Slauson, 19 News. Have a great night. We'll see you in a little bit.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV. Search for channel 1035.